I think our audio works now. It does. Okay, so this video is about SEMA, Harbor Freight, Icon Tools, and their blatant snap-on ripoffs. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I've got confirmation on the output from YouTube. We've got a healthy stream here. But I got my one viewer here. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me, because I won't start unless you can hear me. Can you hear me? Look at this thing. Look at this ratchet, man. I think Harbor Freight. So like a while ago, there was a report that they stole an engineer. I think whatever happened, there was definitely some love lost, because whoever Harbor Freight poached from Snap-on Tools is just ripping off everything. They're taking everything. They are out for blood. Harbor Freight is going to end Snap-on at this rate. They're everything Craftsman could have been and more. They are going to literally end Snap-on. I'm calling it right now. So this is the new XL Harbor Freight ratchet. Well, this is not the XL one. Let me see if I can get moved here. Not that one. Listen, in this, there we go. Here's a picture of it. My man standing right in front of it. The all new G2 professional ratchet. And these things are literally a kind of a ripoff of, we'll call it a mashup between Matco gear wrench and Snap-on. So if we go back to, here's the ratchet. I got a shot somewhere else of it. There's the head right there. Do you see the head right there? The locking flex portion of this. The locking part of that looks exactly like a Matco. Looks exactly like a Matco fork right here. Then you got the head looking exactly like a Snap-on. They took, and then the handle is looking exactly like a gear wrench. So like they're taking the best of all worlds. And I think the current Icon is like a 90 tooth, and these new ones are like 80 tooth. As you can see here, it says 80 tooth sealed ratchet. Yeah, 80 tooth. They went backwards, I think, because the ones they have now are 90s, right? But this is everything. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. This is everything Harbor Freight, everything of note that Harbor Freight released at SEMA this year. So the first up is this Badland 1.5 ton off-road jack. Now I'm going to hang out on here for about 15 more minutes, so I'm kind of going to run fast through this. Make sure you share this video, but I'm going to run through it real quick. Badland's 1.5 ton off-road jack. I think the one they currently have is a 3 ton. This one's a 1.5 ton, smaller jack. It still lifts pretty high, still an off-road jack. Next up, I did a short about this one. This is the 1000 lumen dual-sided slim bar light. Pretty much a replica of the Snap-on version of the same thing. I think it's a ECARD 062. It's basically the same thing. Go check out my short if you want to look at that. Then there's these 11-inch heavy-duty diagonal cutters. These things, again, we're getting into the territory. We're ripping Snap-on off, and we're unapologetic about it. The next one is, of course, the ratchets. And this is the thing that makes or breaks a brand. And I think a lot of brands grow to understand that the ratchet has to be good, right? Most of the good brands understand that. The ratchet has to be good, period, and you have to have all the options. Well, guess what? Harbor Freight's here with all the options. We're going to skip past these. Look at all the options. Every option you could want. They even have a 3/4 inch pear head ratchet coming. Now, they said all of this stuff is a year out, which is crazy. But all the options, we got chrome handled, we got soft grip handled, and we got an update to the handle itself being a higher quality rubber. So like, I'm calling it right now. Icon, once they release this full lineup of ratchets, if they were doing it today, it'd be over. No one's going on a Snap-on truck to buy anything. If you got the reputation of a good enough ratchet and a full lineup that people have easy access to, think about it, right? Tool truck ratchets are good, not easily accessible. Gear wrench ratchets are okay, but they're still not easily accessible, because you walk in a store, they don't have the full lineup of what gear wrench offers, ever. I've never seen that anywhere in any store that sells gear wrench. They don't offer a lineup like this anywhere in store. So once you bring these to the regular guys, it's over. Look at these things. These are the icons. So we got straight up copies of the minis. It looks like we got a full lineup of 1/4 inch. We got a full lineup of 3/8. We got a full lineup of 1/2 inch. And straight up, it's going to be just like the 1/2 inch ratchet I just made in one of my most popular shorts to date. I took a Pittsburgh icon head, put them both together, swapped out the handle. I made a 24 inch long icon ratchet, but they're coming. They already thought about it. They took my idea. They've probably been working on this a lot longer than I have, but these things are going to be massive. Right? Every entry level mechanic is going to have one of these. If not 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So here, that's my spiel about the ratchets. Now, here's another item that they're straight off ripping off from Snap-on. Now, I will say that Snap-on's not the only ones that make flat bar, flat plate wire strippers, but for them to look like and function like the Snap-on version of this, I have the Snap-on version of this, and I'm gonna tell you, it's the same thing. At SEMA this year, they said these things themselves are 6 months out. So the ratchets are a year out, plus probably these pliers coming up, they're 6 months out. Here's another wire stripper. Now, this one you can already pick up at Napa. You can pick up basically this same wire stripper. I have a pair of those, and I don't have a pair of the Snap-on versions. The Snap-on, of course, the Snap-on version is of these, and these are made in America, but these things are just straight up copies. Now, like I said, you can already pick these up at your local Napa as Carlisle. Like I said, I have those, but they are diving deep into it. We have another picture, and the last thing I think this is the last thing, they came out with this trailer. They came out with an updated trailer, but they never released it. They had it at SEMA last year. They got it at SEMA this year. I think they're saying it's releasing next year. So Harbor Freight Icon is stepping up their game, guys, and they're taking no names. They're out for blood. Whoever Snap-on pissed off, whoever they I don't know if they fired them or they shorted them on a bonus or something. They went over to Harbor Freight and started killing it. And they're going to come out with the ratchets. And I'm telling you guys, once the ratchets get here and really flesh out the Icon lineup, it's over. No one's going to buy a tool on a tool truck ever, because you have this. You have Mac Tools doing a lot of Taiwanese tools. You have Matco doing a lot of Taiwanese tools. The only selling point of Snap-on is that they're American made and they're very expensive. These things, if these things come out looking as good as they do, working as good as, I don't know, maybe a Matco for, I don't know, half the cost of a Snap-on in each product market or each product size, it's over. It's over. I'm telling you, look at all this. We got it's not to be understated, because you got a ratchet handle. Even today, you don't have a 24-inch, 25-inch long flex head. You don't have a 25-inch long half-inch drive Icon ratchet, period. You got to mess with a breaker bar. They got that coming. 3/8 drive extra long flex head. They got that coming. Every ratchet, every professional ratchet that you want out there, Harbor Freight has it coming next year. It's going to be the end of professional, what we consider, the tool trucks as you know it. And a lot of guys around my area, they're moving out a lot. I done had a bunch. I'm in Pittsburgh. I done had a bunch of tool truck operators. A couple Mac guys. There's like one Matco guy ever. I've only ever seen one Matco guy. And then Snap-on, I've had, a revolving door of them guys. So it's just, I don't know, man. Once these things come out, and if they are even the slightest bit good, it's over. Listen, we got a bunch of comments in the comments here, but let's see, we got 12:22. Like I said, I was gonna go through this quick, and I made it through it a lot faster than I thought. But listen, Icon, we got Ted Williams says it might look the part, but it don't play the part, basically. Listen, I've got Icon ratchets, and if you close your eyes and just use it, you don't even notice the difference. You literally don't notice the difference. And the fact that these things will be detent locking. They literally took all the research and development that Gear Wrench did with the detent locking, put it on this thing, and now, guess what? We got a detent locking Icon entire lineup coming. But we also got these wire strippers coming. We also got these wire strippers coming. We also got this Hallmaster utility trailer coming. I think pliers, 6 months. Ratchets, this thing. G2, all new G2 professional ratchet. Upgraded handle, locking, flex heads. Whole entire lineup. Every ratchet option you could want. And that's the one of the biggest things is that Icon or even Pittsburgh don't have the options that you would want as a professional tool user. Like if you're out there and you need that extra length for reach, most of the time I need longer ratchets for reach, not leverage. For reach, so I can reach down and put that ratchet in there and get on the bolt I need to. If they figure that out, it's done. It's over. Then also we forgot to talk about these slip joint. Another Snap-on copy. Like I said, whoever Snap-on pissed off, y'all need to be jocking his line. Go talk back to that dude, get him back on your side, because Harbor Freight is stealing every single thing. Every single thing. Every innovation that Snap-on's come up with in the most recent years. When it comes to like the hand tools, these were one of the newest products Snap-on had. Now Harbor Freight has it, a year later? Listen. Yeah, they did have a 24-inch ratcheting breaker bar, but it wasn't a pair head ratchet like this. Yeah, these things look way better than the first generation Matco comfort grips, man. It's just gonna be. They look like a cross between like Quinn and Gear Wrench to me. More snap-on copies, long nose diagonal cutters. Another snap-on copy light. What I say was a ECARD062. Same, basically the same thing. This thing's $60, guys. The snap-on one is 186. If this thing functions even a third of, if this thing works as good, half as good as the snap-on version does, it's worth it at $60. Plus, you can get a coupon. Sometimes I know a guy walked out of the store paying $54 for this. Shout out to Mongo's Garage, but yeah, this thing is basically the fabled snap-on flip light with the light on the front, and then you flip it out. It has two lights. Yeah, they're just gonna end. They're gonna end the tool truck. They're coming out with a lot of innovations, or I don't want to say innovations because they're not really innovations. Harbor Freight is just seeing what Snap-on has and saying we want to do something similar. But they're coming out with a lot of things that actual users want. Like people, you look at that Snap-on light and you're like, oh, that's a nice light. But it's not a nice light for $186. But it is a nice light for $60. Diagonal cutters. I mean, and what really the price point really of the pliers. The most I've seen a pair of Icons was $40, I think. $40, which is kind of steep when you think it's from Harbor Freight. But this Icon stuff, a lot of it's Taiwanese made. I'm pretty sure that light is Chinese. But a lot of this stuff is made in Taiwan, just like all the stuff on the Matco truck, or a lot of the stuff on the Mack truck. Like a lot of the gear wrench stuff. So they're doing it. They're diving deep in. If the only way forward for professional tool companies is for them to buy Harbor Freight. If you don't get the guy back that it started ripping you off, like once these guys come out with these ratchets, imagine them having a tool truck and running a route. Every tool company's gone. They come out with these ratchets and start running a route with Icon tools on it. Bro, every tool truck's out of here. Let's see. We got a ton of comments here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Icon on a route, and you already know. Look, they're copying the light. You already know that the truck would say Icon on it. You would have to work to know it's Harbor Freight. The truck is going to say Icon on it. These guys are coming with a truck. They got pliers. They got a full lineup of ratchets. Their next stop is a truck. They're going to, once a lot of these, they're going to look to see which areas don't have a Matco guy, which areas don't have a Mack guy, which areas have one Snap-on guy. And they're just going to throw a hourly guy on a truck and run her out, bro. It's going to be crazy. The future is wild with this. Pixel says hopefully the G2 will come in 8 8 to 10 inch 3/8 drive locking flex, not just long reach. Well, that's what that ratchet is right there. That is the mid-length comfort grip locking flex. And I think if you look at SEMA footage, I know I'm going a little fast through these pictures. If you look at this SEMA footage, that ratchet that I'm talking about, I think is like right there. That ratchet in that other screenshot is right there. So you also got 2 long reach ones. And I don't know if those are flex right there. But they look like the 17ers. That's the mid-length one. The 8 to 10 3/8 right there, and these look like the 17 3/8 right next to it. Then they step up to half inch. They step up to a half inch right here. I'm sorry, I'm probably in the way of it. They step up to a half inch right here. You see these are non-flex. Then boom, right up to the flexors. The next size up. So these are the 8 to 10s, half inch, no flex. Next size up, 12 to 15, locking flex. None of these look like just flex. If it has flex, it has locking. Nah, listen. Canadian diesel, listen. The reason stuff on a truck costs so much is because franchise. Franchising is the reason they have to upcharge, period. Back in the day, Snap-on wanted to open brick and mortar stores, but the franchisees threatened lawsuits, threatened union action. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want that to happen. That's why when you go online, they never offer like real sales. If there's a sale on a Snap-on tool online, you can get that sale on the truck. They are not allowed to undercut their franchisees because they were all going to collectively sue Snap-on. But Harbor Freight don't have that problem. They wouldn't have to franchise nothing. They would own the trucks and just send them around and pay a guy hourly. You're done. Done for. I mean, it might be like 5 years out, but I'm telling you, the ideas, people are going to want that. People are going to, listen, the father of invention, right, is a necessity. Once there's shops with franchisees who can't pay their bills and make their, franchise payment to Matco or Mac, guys like Harbor Freight, companies like Harbor Freight. I seen a video on YouTube the other day. It was an Ulsa tool truck. So you gotta know that at one point somebody floated the idea of an Icon tool truck. They already have 1,000 stores. There's already independent tool trucks running around that support themselves by a brick and mortar storefront, and they're not franchised. That's literally the model. Would love to see a Milwaukee tool truck. So I know Cornwell sells a lot of Milwaukee tools, and it's surprising that there's a little bit of markup, but not as much as you would think. If you ever happen across a Cornwell tool truck, they do sell Milwaukee tools. But hey, that's it. Listen, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. Glad I got this live stream working finally. But we'll just run really quickly through the list of things, and then I'm going to sign off of here. You got the Badland 1.5 ton. You got the 1,000 lumen dual-sided bar light. 11-inch heavy-duty diagonal cutters. We got updated icon ratchets, G2. Long nose pliers, slip joint pliers, straight up snap-ons. Here's another shot of the full lineup of ratchets coming year out. Another shot. This is a lot of 1/4-inch stuff. These look like stubbies here in the front. And then there's I didn't mention much, but they actually have a 3/4-inch pair head. I think it's 26 inches or 25 inches long ratchet coming as well. Then we got another shot of locking flex head here. And snap-on copy, rip-offs, wire strippers right here. This is the 9-inch. This is the 7-inch, which you could probably pick these up as Carlisle today. And the utility trailer, which they announced this one last year. They still didn't come out with it. But that's it. That's all I have for you. If you like this type of content, let me know. Sound off in the comments. I'm pretty sure this thing will post once we're all said and done. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's a little past my bedtime, and I'm going to go to sleep because I got a kid to get to school the morning. So thank you guys again for hanging out with me. Next generation Harbor Freight ratchets. Icon, XLs, stubbies, 1/4-inch, 3/8, 1/2-inch drive, even 3/4. It's all coming within a year. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.